I started without the microphone. I don't know if you noticed that. I really thought I had everything this time. I got the green screen set up pretty good. Just making sure it's on. Do I have it muted? No. Dang. I thought I had it, what I needed. There we go. I was not even prepared, but I'm used to it. I had to go do something on the when I ended the last stream, and I decided to eat dinner as well. So I was gone for a while, and I did leave abruptly. So I'm going to restart the special requirement CDL practice test for Texas. I remember what I got wrong last time. The main one I remember was that you can have 15 feet whenever one car is hauling another, and the flag that has to be in the middle of whatever you're pulling it with has to be white. I answered red. I know in Texas you have to have a red flag on anything protruding from your vehicle that's not like on a trailer or anything like that, and it's got to be red. So I just kind of hoped I was right and I was wrong. But I remember. So I'm just going to start the test over. So let's do it. All motor vehicles, trailers, semi-trailers, or pole trailers manufactured after year blank must be equipped with electrical turn signals. I remember this one was 59. Come on, mouse. Correct. I'm not going to read it again. You just stopped your CMV on the shoulder of a road. You must immediately activate your hazard warning lights if your CMV is at least blank inches wide and at least blank feet long. I'm pretty sure I got this one wrong last time. Was it 4080? I think I chose 3080, but the answer was 4080. Nah, it was 8030. Dang it, maybe I got that one right last time, and I just mind tricked my way into getting it wrong. When one vehicle is towing another, the connection must not be longer than blank feet, and there must be a blank flag attached to it, 15 feet in white, 8030. Gotta remember that one, 8030. Sorry about that. On an open road, maintain a following distance of at least 4 seconds. If you are towing a house trailer at night outside of the city limits or on a divided highway, your vehicle must be equipped with 3 flags and 3 flares. Incorrect. If you're towing a house trailer outside the city limits or on an undivided highway at any time from a half hour before sunset to a half hour before sunrise, your vehicle must be equipped with 3 flares or 3 portable red reflectors. Is it or? Yep, it's a and or question where the answer is or. I guess you don't have to have both. You only need 3 of one. I wonder if you can mix and match. Let's not find out. Trailer homes, house trailers, that's what we're calling those now. You have to have 3, or is it 2? Yeah, it's 3. You have to have 3 flares or 3 portable red emergency reflectors. You can have just one set. You don't have to have both. House trailers. CMVs weigh blank pounds or more with metal tires are not permitted on the highways. 5,000. That's construction equipment. And you really need those to weigh a lot. Think 5,000. Correct. Vehicles that weigh 5,000 pounds or more and have metal tires are not permitted on the highway without a special permit. It's like when you see a bulldozer going down the street and the track is metal. I'm pretty sure that's what that is talking about. When following another vehicle, a CMV must leave a 2-second following distance, 5 feet between the CMV and the other vehicle. No. Enough space for another vehicle to pass and enter the space between them. Enough space to see the left side mirror of the vehicle ahead. I guess that's so you won't be in their blind spot, but I'm pretty sure the answer is C, because it's just saying CMV, which could be all kinds of vehicles, even just a Subaru. If it's a commercial vehicle, that doesn't mean they in what the four-wheeler is what we call them. Like the four-wheeler, they don't have to maintain same following distance, like the 5-second rule, which would be for a vehicle that's 40 feet long and going over 40 miles an hour. And you get the 4-second stopping distance, or, well, yeah, pretty much stopping distance. Each foot, 10 feet of vehicle is a second to stop. So 40-foot vehicle, 4 seconds. And then if you're going over 40 miles an hour, you add a second. And that number just keeps going up and up and up the heavier you are. Oh, answer the question. Watch me talk all that and I'm going to be correct. When a CMV is following another vehicle, it must keep far enough back to allow another vehicle to overtake and enter the space between them safely. And I bet that question is assuming that the person passing you and getting in between is also being safe and didn't just cut you off and try to brake check you, or because that's where my mind is with that stuff. I want a huge gap between you, but that's because I'm thinking the person doing it, the passing, is going to do the dumbest thing possible. Always count on that, and you should be good. Defensive driving. I get angry when I'm driving, but I don't do road rage. I get more defensive. Surge or inertia brake systems may be used on trailers and semi-trailers with gross weight of blank or less. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you what a surge braking system or inertia. I know air and hydraulic. Surge brakes, also known as inertia brakes, utilize the trailer's momentum to activate the braking system, making them ideal for towing applications, especially in a marine environment. Surge brakes operate automatically based on the trailer's inertia. I've had some tankers I've gotten hit with that inertia, but nothing like a brake system. When the towing vehicle slows down, the trailer pushes against the hitch, activating the brakes through hydraulic mechanism. This system does not require any electrical components, making it simpler and less prone to failure. But it did say ideal for marine application, but that did not tell me. This looks like something that would be on the road. It is 2025. I bet this concept is super old and I'm just really late to the party. But I was thinking cyberpunk. Hello. I don't know how long you've been here. I got distracted by inertia brakes. In Texas, trailers or semi-trailers with a gross weight of 15,000 pounds or less may legally use surge or inertia brake systems to meet brake requirements. Well, that's our answer now, isn't it? But we went on a fun little side mission because I didn't know what they were. What was it? No, it's 15,000. Additional control devices may be used to operate brakes on the low-towed vehicles. Surge or inertia brake systems may be used on trailers and semi-trailers with a gross weight of 15,000 or less. In bad weather, increase your following distance to 6 to 8. That sounds real familiar. Correct. I remember that from over a decade ago. In bad weather, I remember learning it then. I practiced it on the road. In bad weather, increase your following distance to 6 to 8 seconds. This will give you more reaction time to compensate for poor traction and the actions of less experienced drivers. Defensive driving, not that big. Which exemption of cotton vehicle and vehicles carrying cylindrical shaped bales of hay, loads transported may not exceed 90 inches, 102, 80 inches, 92 inches. I've never had to deal with this myself, but where I live, there's a lot of farmers. Speaking of cotton vehicles, where I am used to be the cotton capital of the world. Stopped being that around 1850. It's a lot of history in this town, but which I'm with the black people. I'm trying to think of what should I say. I'm happy the slaves were freed. Go figure. But that has nothing to do with what I was trying to talk about. The width of the hail bays. I've had people tell me, it's a big deal apparently, but I just don't know much about it. Whenever they haul that stuff around Texas, I've even think I've heard a state trooper say, like, is that 91 inches? And the farm people person, it's 3 bands. That's how you measure hay bales, because depending on how many straps it has on it means how thick it is, the quantity. There's 2-string bales, 3-string bales, 1-string bales. I know this is super exciting stuff, but what was it? I can't remember. I want to say 92. Incorrect. 102. Those damn bootleggers running 103-inch width bales. Those are the real problem. If the load you are hauling is blank, then allowed by law, you must obtain a special permit from the Texas Department of Transportation. If the load you are hauling is blank, then allowed by law, you must obtain a special permit. Lighter, longer, or wider, heavier or lower, heavier, longer, wider, higher, larger, shorter, heavier, longer, wider, higher. What type of lighting does every farm tractor and every self-propelled unit of farm equipment need to have? Man, these are a lot of farm questions. Why are you making me answer questions? I work on a farm. Where I am, I get it. This is super farm bill, but the world's changed a lot. And this was added after I took the test originally, or I've never taken this test, but when I got my original CDL, this wasn't one of the tests I had to take before I could take the actual CDL test. Traditional CDL test, let's call it that. They want to make sure that farm stuff. What type of lighting does every farm tractor and every self-propelled unit of farm equipment need to have? Now that I'm thinking about it, I bet a lot of teenagers need to get CDLs to use the equipment on their family's farm. And a lot of people were getting their CDL but never actually learning anything other than what their family taught them about proper handling and stuff like that, of how to use the farm equipment to fall within the law. So I don't know, this is a guess, but maybe there was a ton of, not accidents, but damage from younger farmers, the sons and daughters of farmers that are trying to move around the farm equipment, and they just hit the road. I'll see you 10 miles down the road at the other side of the farm. And then it's just state trooper or something sees them and is like, you are destroying the road. This is a $10,000 fine. You're leaking diesel. You don't have any DFF fuel, and that filter hasn't been changed ever. So they just had to make sure that those people knew how to do stuff by the books. Is that why they added this? I think I'm onto something here. What type of, well, I'm not going to read that again. 2 headlamps, 2 taillights, 2 white reflectors, hazard warning lights, flashers, red to the front and white to the rear. 1 headlamp, 2 taillights, 2 green reflector, hazard warning lights, flasher, white or amber to the front, and red or amber to the rear. I have no idea. I have zero clue. 1 headlamp, 2 taillights, 2 amber reflectors, hazard warning lights, flashers, red to front, and white to rear. You definitely don't want the red to be in the middle, because even with the hazard lights flashing or whatever, that wouldn't really illuminate the center of whatever piece of farming equipment you have. So it kind of need to be white to the back. No, white in the middle, red in the back. But other than that, 2 headlamps, 2 taillights, 2 white reflectors, hazard lights, red to front and white to rear. I think, just going off of intuition, I think it's C, because this one does have white or amber to the front and red or amber to the rear. And it has the 2 headlamps. I guess maybe the tail light could be like a sound bar, but a tail light. The 1 headlamp could make sense on a tractor with a narrow nose. So it would at least have to have that. You know what? I'm going with B. I was right. I got it. Wait, no, I didn't get it. Damn it. They shouldn't have correct answer like that, tricking me into thinking it was the 2 headlamps, 1 tail light. I guess take what I said about narrow tractor noses and apply it to any piece of farm equipment that's going to be on the highway that has a narrow rear end. I should remember this because I just said that. It's going to be like, what? I remember, what was that? But what I do like, even though I got it wrong, I do like that I was able to suss out the white or amber in the front and the red in the back. Because I really wasn't sure. I had to think about that, visualize it. How would the light reflect off of it? Your vehicle has broken down on a highway. What is the first thing you must do? Call emergency help? No. Put out the proper flags, flares, or reflectors, honk your horn, inspect your vehicle. I knew it was going to be that. I guess what I'm looking for is bingo. Correct answer popping up isn't saying correct answer, congratulations. It's bingo. I can get down with that. Combination vehicles that weigh more than 3,000 pounds must be able to stop within blank feet when traveling at 20 miles an hour. 3,000 pounds within blank feet when traveling at 20 miles an hour. 3,000 really isn't a lot, but I want to say 40 or 50. You know what? I'm going to say 50, but I wouldn't be surprised if I'm wrong. 50 seems to be a pretty standard distance. Whenever I took the hazmat test yesterday, I got one of the questions wrong. The how far back should you stop at a rail crossing? And I think I did 20 to 40 feet or something. But the actual, no, I did closer than that, 10 to something. But the actual answer was 15 to 50 feet. So I remember that measurement being important. Congratulations, you remembered a measurement. It seems to pop up a lot in this. Every vehicle that is designed to operate at speeds of blank miles per hour or less requires a slow-moving vehicle emblem. 25. That was on the hazmat test. Texas law defines a slow-moving vehicle as a vehicle that is designed to operate at a maximum of 25 miles per hour or less. And the emblem is the red triangle with the yellow inside. Trailers, semi-trailers, and pole trailers that weigh more than 4,500 pounds, but not more than 15,000 pounds, and are operated at speeds over 30 miles per hour, must have a brake on the left wheel of the axle, are not required to have brakes. Maybe that's it. I've gotten some of these wrong where I was like, must have a brake on the right wheel of the axle. That just seems like you'd be spinning in circles, right? Must have brakes on both wheels of the rear axle. This has to be D. Correct. It wasn't bingo. Trailers, semi-trailers, and pole trailers that weigh more than 4,500 pounds, but no more than 15,000 pounds, and are operated at speeds over 30 miles per hour, are required to have brakes on both rear axles. Makes sense, but I'm trying to imagine a vehicle that goes less than 30 miles an hour, that weighs less than 4,500 pounds, that would have one brake on one axle. Obviously, it's saying trailer. So the vehicle towing it would have to have some kind of traditional braking mechanism apparatus. So the trailer might be able to have only one brake on one axle and it's hooked up to an inertia system, maybe not, or an ABS, but it'd be cool if it was the inertia because connecting them dots. No combination of vehicles other than a tractor trailer combination may extend. So that's not asking about commercial vehicles. That's just asking about combination vehicles across the board. I want to say, I'm trying to remember how long a truck and trailer, like a traditional 18-wheeler, I think it's 53 feet. Yes, because the trailer is 43 feet and the cab and sleeper, whenever you connect it, is 53 feet. And I think you can move your fifth wheel. Well, I know you can move your fifth wheel, but if you move it back towards the trailer, it would extend the length of your combination vehicle No combination of vehicles other than a tractor-trailer combination may exceed. So that would be talking about people with big ass boats, like party barges. That's just where my mind goes. There's all kinds of things you can haul that's not a tractor trailer combo. But how much can you get away with? I know a big part of having a Class A CDL is having the knowledge to drive a 53-foot vehicle. It's kind of a big deal. I don't know if you knew that. Like, if you ever tried, it's not exactly the hardest thing in the world, but it's not the easiest either. Going forward on a highway, that's smooth sailing, super easy. But once you get off the interstate or onto a back highway, that's where the fun begins. And whenever you're first starting out and you don't have a lot of experience backing a truck trailer combination, if you take to it and you're really good right off the bat, good for you. No combination of vehicles. I'm going to go 45 feet, but I could be wrong. 65 feet. Oh man. Oh, dude. I didn't read it right. No combination of vehicles other than a tractor trailer combination may exceed. Damn. There's quite a few questions on all of these exams. That's you really gotta pay attention to the legalese. I'm petting Darcy. She's down here. You gotta think like a lawyer whenever you are reading this stuff. You gotta take everything in. You gotta take it all very literal. That other than completely changed the question from what I was trying to answer. I was trying to be like, what non-commercial vehicle? What's their limit? No, that wasn't the question. It's what can a tractor trailer do that no other vehicle can do, period. There are exceptions, yeah. No combination of vehicles other than a tractor trailer combination may exceed 65 feet. I was about to say 6,500. There are exemptions. I wonder what they are. Rich guy hauling his yacht, the first thing I was thinking about. Have y'all ever seen a windmill turbine being transported to a windmill? Those things are very long. I think Darcy's bored. Poor girl. I'll be done in a second or two. Vehicles transporting blank must use triangular reflectors instead of flares. Flammable liquids or gas, sand, livestock, groceries. I guess you could classify non-perishable, or well, you haul all kinds of perishables, but I was just trying to think of another word for groceries than groceries. I wonder if you're hauling a trailer of Lay's chips, if that's categorized as groceries. Well, flammable, right? On a steep downgrade, you should shift to a higher gear. Oh, you coast, shift to a lower gear, shift into neutral. 1, 2, and 4 are all the same answer. Those are all the same thing. Really, if you go into a higher gear and you're coming down, let's just say Cabbage Patch up in Oregon, if you're in too high of a gear, you'll build too much friction because your engine won't be slowing down your truck with compression, engine brake, Jake brake. So your tires will catch on fire. And at that point, you might as well be in coast mode or neutral. Shift to a lower gear. And if possible, don't shift gears. Once you start to descend, you should go down the hill in 1 gear lower than what you went, not hill, but I guess there's really steep hills too. But you should go down the grade 1 gear under what you climbed the grade in. There we go. Got there. Exactly. What is the maximum weight for single or combination vehicles, including its load? 80,000. That's just, you have to know that whenever you're an over the road. A semi-trailer or trailer may not exceed a length of blank, a football field. I don't know why I thought of that. Length of blank feet each when operated in a semi-trailer and trailer combination. A semi or trailer may not exceed a length of blank feet each when operated in a truck trailer, semi-trailer, and trailer combination. So that would be doubles. You're probably seeing FedEx doubles all the time. So let's math it. 24 plus 24 is 48. 24 and 1 half is 49. 28 and 1 half, 56, 57. 24 and 1 half, 28, 48, 49. A semi or trailer may not exceed a length of blank feet each when operated in a trailer, semi-trailer, and trailer combination. And this question's making me want to go get my truck and go down to the creek. I'm thinking 24 and a half. Nope, 28 and a half. A semi-trailer or trailer not exceeding a length of 28 and a half feet each when operated in a truck, trailer, semi-trailer, and trailer. I like that they cite everything on this site. That's pretty cool because they don't want people coming to them contesting the results. They're like, nah, if you're being tailgated, you should decrease your following distance, maintain the same speed, increase your following distance, tap your brakes a few times. You should just maintain the same speed because if you speed up, they're just going to get on your ass more. Like tailgating is more than just like people that are tailgating do it on purpose. They're not making a mistake and they just didn't notice. They know they are tailgating. So you should tap your brakes a few times to teach them a lesson, but you should never decrease your following distance and increase your following distance wouldn't really. It's if you are being tailgated, not if you are tailgating someone. The best thing to do is maintain the same speed and hopefully they'll either back off or they'll pass you. Either way, it's not your problem anymore. No, increase your following distance. If you are being tailgated, increase your following distance to give both of you and the tailgater, time to react to hazards ahead. This will also make it easier for the tailgater to pass you. So speed up. If you're going under the speed limit, then yeah, speed up, slowpoke. But I guess I'm just the tailgater as a initial mischievous actor, like they know what they're doing. That's why I say maintain the same speed because either they'll back off or they'll pass you. If you sometimes, I guess not all the time, if you increase your speed, which is increasing your following distance, unless that means slow down, like it's saying increase your following, as in if you're doing a 6 seconds following distance, increase it to like 10 so that you're going so the tailgater will pass you. Is think about it like a lawyer. What does it say? What is the following distance? How would you increase their following distance from a legal standpoint? You can't. Not safe or legally, because to increase the tailgater's following distance, you would have to increase your speed. But to increase your following distance, you would need to slow down. Did I logic my way through it? I got the wrong answer, but did I logic my way into why the correct answer is correct? I think I did. I should have gone to law school for real. But I think that's, if we're taking it literally, increasing your following distance would be slowing down. That is how you would increase your following distance, right? I'm pretty sure. Summer, be alert for construction areas, animals, campgrounds, puddles. Summer is the most busy time of the year for construction. Correct. When driving in the summer, be on the lookout for lost, fatigued drivers on vacation, construction zones, and overloaded vehicles with obstructed visibility. Clues to tourist vehicles include cop luggage and out-of-state license plates. Wow. How high can it be, including the load it's hauling? 13.5. 13.5, man. 3,000 pounds or less. Must be able to stop within blank feet when traveling 20 miles an hour. Did I answer this one? I feel like it did. Combination vehicles weighing 3,000 or less must be able to stop within 40 feet while traveling 20 miles an hour. Think of the Subaru hauling a jet ski. That's who we're talking about. What is the color of rear clearance lamps on any truck bus, or trailer 80 or more. Amber? Red. Okay. Amber's for them damn farmers. Truck, bus, or trailer 80 inches or more in width must have 2 red clearance lamps on the back and 2 amber clearance lamps on the front. Amber on the front, back. The vehicle registration papers must provide the maximum weight that the vehicle is registered to haul, the weight of the vehicle when empty, the receipt, all of the above. The weight of the vehicle. What? All of the above? A receipt for the license plate? I mean, I bought cars. I realized I had the receipt on me the whole time. But I'll remember that. All of the above. A receipt for the license plate, the weight of the vehicle when empty, the maximum weight that the vehicle is registered to haul. I know whenever I was over the road, you had to have stickers on the side of your truck that said the gross weight of the vehicle when empty and the maximum gross vehicle, like the maximum it could be. I want to say a lot of the times it was 6.5 tons, like 12,500 pounds, whenever it was in just the tractor. Reflectors on CMVs that are 80 or more inches wide must be mounted at least blank inches, but no more than inches above the ground. Reflectors on CMVs that are 80 or more inches. Man, they really love hitting you with the inches. Like your standard tractor trailer that you see on the road is 80 inches wide. I'm trying to feel like, what's that measurement? 6 feet and 4.2 inches? I am going to, that's a apostrophe. I never use damn apostrophe. Lotto. The measurement 642 inches can be represented in centimeters, meters. 6.42 inches is approximately, oh my god, I'm not from Europe. Yeah, give me the feet. Half a foot. The trailers have to have a bar under the doors. And the bar is there so that if you get rear-ended, the person that hits you doesn't decapitate themselves. Like, it's grim, but it happens, but you kind of got to hit them side now. Used to be just hit them from the back and you're off goes your head. I'm trying in my head, how far above the ground were those bars? I want to say it was more than half a foot because that's what most everybody uses to get in and out of the trailer. And it was a pretty good lift to get you up there. You know what? I think it's a foot. I think that's what it's going to be. No, 24. Is that 24 inches? I would need to see. Yeah, it's inches. 24.6 inches and higher than 60 above the ground on every pole trailer and on truck, buses, tractor trailers, or 80 inches or more wide. Okay. I was just trying to, like, how high was that? Like, how much lift did you get from using it to get in the trailer? 24 inches, 2 feet. Remember that. The bar that you used to use to get inside the trailer was 2 feet off the ground. That's how I implanted it in my brain. What is the minimum capacity for a chemical type fire extinguisher that every vehicle hauling passengers for hire or lease must carry? Okay, passengers for hire, like a bus driver, or like a cattle truck. That's a joke. That's a joke. Minimum capacity for a chemical type fire extinguisher that every vehicle hauling passengers for hire or lease must carry at all times. Passengers, it is a cattle truck. I mean, what else could passengers or lease? Passengers, right? It says vehicle hauling. You don't haul people in a bus. So that is probably talking about like steers, because you can lease and you can hire steers, so to speak, on your ranch. And Texas, man, Texas. What you do that for? Why you make me learn all this? Freaking Texas, man. I think they're 1 quart. I'm pretty sure they're like only 1 quart. That's a lot of chemical, 1 quart. So maybe 2, 3 pints would. Let's do some investigating. Hey, the lid. This is a pint of grain spawn. The lid is very green. I didn't think about that. So this is a pint. So 3 of these would be 36, 48, 46 plus 6, 52. That's milliliters. I guess a quart is 1.5 cups. I could read the labels. So 3 pints. We don't generally do pints here in the States. So like whenever we are measuring chemicals, and it's generally listed by like quarts. Quart is a quarter. I know that much. So 2 quarts would be half a gallon, which is a lot. I'm gonna get might be 3 pints. Correct. Okay. Hey, all school buses. Hello. That's what I'm planning on doing. All school buses, taxis, and other vehicles carrying passengers for hire or lease must carry a chemical type fire extinguisher of at least 1 quart capacity, and other vehicles, so like tractor trailers. And I do think passengers for hire or for lease, I think that's talking about steers and probably other farm animals. You may not drive a CMV with blank on the highway, a wide load, a high center of gravity, a flammable load, studded rims. Yeah. I'm back to thinking, I didn't ever thinking, but now I'm like 300% sure that this test was introduced. Too many young farmers, farm hands, were trying to freaking. I don't want to be an old man, but they were probably trying to get like viral videos and TikTok stuff like that. Or like, watch me ride my whip beside a freaking harvester. I don't know. I have no proof of that, but the clues are here in the test. Tell me that that was the case. Outside business and residential districts, school buses and other buses carrying passengers must always slow down, but do not stop at uncontrolled rail crossings. Proceed through rail crossings without always stop at uncontrolled rail crossings. Always one that I feel like it would be stop every rail crossing, regardless of if it's controlled or not. And controlled rail stops doesn't mean there's a stop sign. It means that there's a gate and like all that fancy stuff. But I think I read that you don't stop every rail crossing. I know that I had to stop at every rail crossing when I had hazardous material. I remember talking about that yesterday. I'm going to go always stop at uncontrolled rail crossings. Pretty good. The maximum length for a side mirror, the maximum length for a single motor vehicle other than a truck trailer is. I feel like I answered this one earlier too. No, I answered the inverse of this. Other than a tractor trailer combination was the last one. It was asking, what can a tractor trailer do that no other vehicle can? So this would be the inverse of that. The maximum length of a single motor vehicle. It's 45. That's how long the really big road king RVs are. Okay. A semi-trailer may not blank feet when operated in a truck, tractor, and semi-trailer combination. Trailer may not exceed blank feet when operating. What? 59. Damn. How many questions in am I? I was looking over here thinking it was tracking my score, but I have no idea what question this is. Let me look at the address bar. Sometimes you can see in there, but not here. I was hoping it would be like special practice test 1, because there's like practice test for the different endorsements. I thought it'd be like, hoping it would be like 1/test 1 question 32. You non-web developers out there. But I'm gonna go. I've been doing this a long time. I did it twice. So thanks for joining me, everybody. Have a good one.